Hey traders, Shane from GMT Futures and FX. Welcome back. Going to take you through a walkthrough of our failed trend trader setup. Now this is a buy entry setup, and we're going to have a look at it running on the gold market. And I've got an 89 share bar here, so we're tracking this on an 89 share. I'll just bring up our data window so we've got a little bit more detail to look at. So you basically, I'll just move this over a fraction. I've set it up. We typically want to start our trading day after around about 7 on gold, because that's when the volatility and the volume starts to pick up. So we're looking for, as if you remember our initial video, we're looking for a minimum move, so between our support and resistance. That's our precursor to setting up a trade. So the trader nominates the minimum move, and that's basically, for gold, it's got to be 1.5 points, so $150. That's the distance between our resistance or support resistance. So this is a T1 buy setup. Now for a T1 buy setup, we need to see a failed trend. Now a failed trend really is basically where price breaks through support, sets up that white candle, as you can see there, but then it doesn't go anywhere. We need a maximum trend move that if it breaks that maximum move, and the trader nominates the move as well. So we've got this set at $100. If it moves more than $100 through that support line, then basically that option is off the table. So you can see here it doesn't, and we've only got the time between the support starting and the support finishing for us to take this trade. So what has to happen now is that price breaks through, comes back through support, and it has to break or close above the high of that initial setup candle. So the high of that setup candle is 1297.50, so it needs to close above that, and you can see it does it right there. So that's our entry. That's our entry for a buy. So that's our failed trend buy setup. That's perfect. Now once we get into the trade, our stop is typically a couple of points below our swing low. So there's our swing low there at 1296.90, so 1296.80 would be our stop. So there's our risk on the trade. That's our risk on the trade, so we leave that there. So we're basically risking around about $60 to get into the trade, which is really not a lot. Now in this particular instance, I'm using a trailing stop. I'm going to require the market move at least $100 in my favour before I move my stop, because I want to make sure that I've got enough room for this trade to run. And what I've done here is I'm risking $60, and my goal is to make 3 to 1 at least on my reward to risk. But you'll see now we're using our TP trail. So our TP trail are these little green dots here. You've probably seen this on the trend trader setup. Now once we get into the trade, we're looking for a $100 move, and then it'll as soon as we start to really move above this area here, support resistance, or above this resistance, you'll see that the green dots will start kind of trailing our price action, and they start doing that, and you see that this is really a great move, because we get that nice run, price stays above the green dots, and it's not until we get to around about here, and this is a massive move, that we get taken out. So we get taken out right up here. So that's a fantastic move. It actually nets out around $520. So that gives us a reward to risk of around about 8.6 to 1. So that's fantastic. We're always looking for a skewed reward to risk. We want to make sure that we're risking a very small amount to make a lot. Obviously that's a really good move. So what I'm going to do in the next videos is I'm going to take you through what happens on this day, because obviously this is our first trade setup, but we're looking for multiple setups on the day. Now remember that this is a T1 buy setup, but we may actually get T2 buy setup, so we're going to go through those trade entries, and we'll also get T1 sell setup. So we can actually be potentially long and short in this market, and this is an interesting concept with this strategy, because it allows us to actually add in a kind of a natural hedge to the system, because there'll be times when you're long, and then there'll be a potential counter trend or short setup. So that was the that's the first trade setup, and you can see here we didn't have to wait too long before we get a T1 sell setup. Now this one doesn't obviously play out in our favour, but you'll see that as I go through these trade setups that we start to really kind of put together the entire strategy as far as the buy and sell setups and the T2 buy and T2 sell setups. So we're going to track price. We're going to track our profit and loss on this day, 22nd of May 2014 is our trading day, and in the next videos I'm going to run you through exactly what happened. So we're starting out trade number 1. We ended up with $520 worth of profit, so we've got some money in the bank, so we can actually take obviously additional trades here. Our goal is to obviously get as much money out of the market as we can on this particular day, using our exceptionally good reward to risk on our trades, because really on these setups you're not really looking to risk a lot, and your payoff is potentially a lot greater than your initial risk, which is what we're targeting. So traders, stay tuned for our following videos on our failed trend trade setups. Thanks for joining us today, traders. If you'd like to become part of our team in 2014, all you need to do is contact either myself or Luke at info@gmtfutures.com, and we can get you started pretty much straight away. So if you've always wanted to become a professional trader and you want to start using a high performance automated system, then definitely send us an email, info@gmtfutures.com or shane@gmtfutures.com, or you can either give us a call at 61733600875 and we can get you started straight away. So any questions, feel free to send them through. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, and I look forward to catching you on the next update. Cheers.